Hello everybody, it's Mandy from gramaryecreativearts and thank you for joining me today. We are going to be doing another art journal page. I've got my old recipe book. This is just a book block. I've just got that under there so that my pages are kind of flat, but they're not really, but anyway, close enough. I've already used my gesso and I've gessoed my page. I had to do this page about 3 times because every now and then at the different chapters they've got this big splash, which is awesome, but I didn't want it on my page, so I had to do a couple of layers and I've dried it and it's all ready to go. Excuse me. Now I hope everyone's really well today. Okie dokie, I am going to start with telling you some bits and pieces. I've got some Dina Wakley Media acrylic paint, which I've popped into my, excuse me, my palette, and I've put some water in there to water it down. Paintbrush. I've got a text stamp, and I do not know where it's from. I just went through my stash and pulled out all of these different text stamps to make sure I had enough. That's a Kaiser Craft one. Don't know. This one is so old it's not even sticky anymore. There. And yeah, so I just had to make sure I had enough for everyone in the class to be able to share at least one between 2. I've also got a stencil. These are from Officeworks in Australia. It's their own brand, Born, and 2 stencils for just under $5. So I'm using one of those. Oh no, it's falling into my side, is falling down. Okay, got it. I've also got, this is a Sizzix die. I was thinking about how I don't have any, well, I do have foliage stamps, but I don't have enough for everyone to share. So I was thinking of cutting, so this is the, let me grab the, it is Sizzix Vine with Leaves. So there's no number on it because it's a really old one. And I was going to cut out, I was looking for my kids' foam, but I must have used it all. So I thought I'll cut it out of cardboard and we could use it as a stamp, and that's it there. So you can see the design, because I know it's hard to see on the old ones. And then I decided that I've got so much book paper that I'll just cut out, I think I did 5 sheets at a time. I don't know if I'll use all of those, but I'm going to glue them on the outside of the page instead of stamping. We might even give them a little bit of paint. Don't know yet. See how we go. Get that out of the way. I've also got a spare piece of book page because I am going to be painting it at the same time as I paint these, because I want to rip it up and do a little bit of collage. So let's get started. How is everybody today? Hope everyone is really well. And I am going to begin by using this stamp. I'm going to have to stamp it on something so I can see whether or not my text is up the right way. Yes, it is. Okay, good. Now, actually, I don't really need it on the block because I just want to randomly put it over the background. And I'm not really 100% concerned if it's not a perfect image, because it's going to be covered up with paint anyway. Alright, you can hear I'm still a bit croaky. That's getting there. It's pretty cold here today. I'm even wearing my Ugg boots. If you're not Australian and don't know what Ugg boots are, they're sheepskin boots. Mine are just ankle ones. And I've got the heater on out in the scrap room, and yes. So I'm just covering stuff. A lot of this will get covered over. It doesn't really matter. I'm not worried about the bits where it hasn't fully stamped. Oh, double stamp there, that's okay. You can probably see a few little wrinkles in my page. I don't know if you can or not. That happens when you stick your pages together. If you don't get glue over the whole lot, when I went with the gesso, oops, don't do that, man, you go upside down. Of course, where there was no glue, it's absorbed the water from the gesso and has puckered up. But I don't mind, it just gives it a bit of extra texture. Okay, I'm just going to go down there, go up there, got a little bit in that bit there, won't really matter. That should do. Okay, put that away. That was, sorry, I was using archival ink in jet black. Just wipe that off. Okay, now, and being archival ink, that'll be pretty much dry. I'll just check. Yes. So I'm going to now use my watered down paint and paint on here. Actually, that's very bright, that green. I think I'm going to add a bit more. I'm going to put a bit of this green in there as well, just to tone it down a bit. That's better. It was a bit fluoro, a bit too bright and green for me. It also needs a little bit more water. So I'm looking for the consistency of thickened cream. Nice. Okay, I'll just do this one. That was just the end of a brush, just using that. Okay, I want to make it look watercolory-ish, and also I'm going to put some drips and things down there. So Jennifer, would you mind giving me about 2 pieces of paper towel? She's taking a photo of her watercolour swatches with her tongue out to the side.
That's how you get perfection.
That's how you get good photos, that's right. Thanks, Stars. Thank you. I need that to catch the drips at the bottom. Okay, so you could use a paintbrush, you could use fingers, you could use a sponge. Actually, I might use I might actually put it a little bit on. I'll go with the blue first. I think it's still, and I'm just going to really I don't want it too in your face. I'm going to give it a bit of a squirt, and then I'm going to use my sponge just to give it that nice, yeah. So it's kind of a soft watercolour. You can still see a bit of the brush strokes, but that's cool. All right, let's do this side. Okay, now I'm not going to let that dry too much. I do need to do this as well, but I'll finish on here first. I want to just get a few darker bits. Just random, maybe here. It's not really darker, it's just a bit more concentrated. Maybe in the center here. You can see I'm not too worried about the brush strokes because I'm using my sponge and it softens them out. Okay. I'm going to get my green. I'll just wipe that off a bit. I'm not too worried about if the paint mixes because the paint's going to mix anyway on my page. And let's get some green and just it's still very fluoro, I feel. So before it dries, I want to, and that will blend it in a little bit as well. Bring it down. I can always give it a bit of water on my sponge. There we go. That's nice. I'm just going to turn my sponge around so that it's not so bubbly. That's picked up quite a bit of green now, so I can just and where it's mixed with the blue, that looks quite, because it's now a different kind of green. Right, now I have to say, when you're doing things like this and you're looking at your desk, it looks weird, but if you pick it up to yourself, have a look, and I'm going to have a look and see whether I'm happy with that. I just want a bit more green down that way. There we go. Because you get a different perspective when you look at it straight on as to looking at over the page. So now while I'll let that dry a bit, and I'm going to give this a bit of the same treatment. This is not gessoed, so it's going to be, oh, look at that nice colour. It's going to be a little bit different. When I did the last video and I used the splatter, you should have seen when I took my phone out of the holder here, it was all splattered. There's splatters all over my desk everywhere. It's just like, how can so much splatter go around and hardly any of it goes onto the page that that I wanted. So now I'm not worried about completely covering this. I just want to, because I want to rip and give that a bit of, and use it for some collage. That's got a nice blue and green mix there, so I'm going to leave that. A bit of paint up. Next time I get a mat, I'm buying a black one because it gets so dirty. All right, actually, let's give these a dry. So now there's no moisture left. So I'm just putting that aside. So I'd like to do some drips down my page, and I want to do them in the blue. Quite happy with this, but I've got some nice, got the original green, and then it's gone into like a teal here. So that looks, and almost white there, really, really light. Perfect. Right, let's get some more blue, or do we want the teal? Maybe we'll mix them together. So it's very light. Let's get, oh, this is ocean. Sorry, I should be telling you what colours they are. Sky. And they're the only two blues I've got. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the ocean to it. And mix with much water. It'll just be that little bit darker when I dribble down the page. My hubby's doing a lot better today. Thank you for all those people who were commented about hoping he's feeling better. He looked much, much better when I picked him up from the hospital, that's for sure.
Won't die today.
No, not going to die today. Right, a bit more. Remember, we want this to be running down the page, so if it's too thick it won't run. And maybe I'll put some at the bottom and run them up. Ooh, yeah, that would be a bit of fun. Okay. Probably could be a little bit runnier, but we'll see how we go. Now, take that out of there. Put my paper towel down the bottom. I've just got this on a bit of an angle so that I can control the runniness. I don't want it everywhere, so I'm just going to pick it up and put it along the top of my page, and then come in and squirt it. And then stop. Oh, looks like I've got a Santa stocking. I'll just take that bit out. Don't want that. Okay, that's enough there. Now, I'm going to, oops, I'll take that out. I'm going to dry that before I do more, because otherwise they're just going to all run all over the place. So, 2 seconds. Okay, I've decided that's very light. It needs to be a lot darker, so I'm going to use, I've added a little bit more water to here. I'm going to use my smaller brush. And I'm just going to put a spray of water, but not too much. There we go. Just to make it go down. And I'm blowing. I should use my straw. Oh, I've got a straw. Bonus. That's better. That's more what I was after. Okay. Right. I have to add straws to my list. I've got a list of what I need to take with me tomorrow. Just go and get some straws. Nice. Right, let's dry that. Now, I don't want to do it all the way along, but I'm going to put some here coming down. To help it make some little tracks. Okay, get some straw. I'm like that. Just put a little bit in here. Blow it. Beautiful, look at that. Cool, like that one. Let's see. I might just do one, do I want one there? The one in the middle here. Okay. Okay, that's looking good. I'm glad I added that little bit of the darker bluey green there to the blue. Right, now, I'm going to print out a little saying to glue on there, but I'm just going to it's not that way. Let's go. That's not the writing, so. Not sure really what I'm going to do here. What? I'm talking to the camera. No. I think I might just like to just put a few random. I'm going to put my little saying here. So I think I'll just. Sort of like that. And then my little saying, which I haven't got yet, but can just go over there. I want to put that down before I start my leaves. Where's my... Oh, there you are. Actually, let's just use a glue stick. Just a bit of extra texture, or different texture I should say. I feel like I need to do some mark making. Oh, we could just... Now, do I want a sponge? Sponge or texture paste? Texture paste might be fun. Just little bits here and there, not the whole lot. Or no, too wet, goes underneath it. Okay. I was just testing then to see whether that paint was too watered down, and it is. So we shan't be using that. Oops. Been a bit rough there. Right, dry that. Maybe we'll use texture paste, I think. I'll just grab it. So it's just Montmartre modelling paste. It's not too bad. Oops. Okay. Now, excuse me. Remembering I'm going to be putting all of those flowers around the edge. Excuse me for a sec. Sorry, tickle in the throat. So, I'm wondering whether I want to actually leave it white or colour it. No, I think I'll leave it white. But I'm going to just do little bits here and there. Not, that's too much. Not doing a whole lot. and it's just random. There's a bit too much here. Take some off. Because I only want a little bit. Done. Right. Now, when I'm out here in the scrap room and I don't have a sink, I just put this between two baby wipes and gently press just to get the texture paste off. And I'm not going to use this again today, so I'll just leave those between the baby wipes, and then I'll take it inside and wash it. Right, now that looks a little bit weird here. Let's just take some of that off. There we go. Right, just dry it. Okay, I'm just going to tone it down just ever so slightly by very lightly. It's still got the paint on it from before, just so that it's not quite so in your face. Can't really note. Oh, there you can. Just a little bit. Now, I am wondering whether I want to paint them. Although it's quite nice with the book page. Some of them are going to be cut. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take them and stick them, because if I fiddle around too much, I know I'll be here forever. So I'm just going to glue them. Glue, oops. That's because I've got the heater on in here, so the glue's gone all soft. Oops. this is almost impossible to use. Oops, that one doesn't want to stick. Okay, so that's not going to work. We'll have to get the gel medium. That's probably just going to come off. Oh, no, nearly stuck. Right, where are you? Okay. Let's go with the gel medium. I might come in with a black marker actually and go around. That's a bit under there. There we go. Alrighty, I just had to zip to pick something up and went to the shops, and I've come back. I've decided on my saying. It says, don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. So that's going to go there. But what I'm going to do, I think the leaf, what are they called? Flower and vines, these things. I need them to stand out a little bit more. So I've got my Sharpie pen. This is a fine. Yep, that's all it says on it. So I'll fast forward this bit because otherwise it's a bit boring. But I'm just going to go around everything, and I might even do some leaf veins detail. But see you shortly. That stands out a little better, doesn't it? Looks good. Now you'll notice that I did 2 wibbly wobbly lines. Let me get something here. There we go. Instead of, if you just outline something and you just outline it like straight, yeah, it looks okay, but if you make a mistake like here, I've gone to, you really notice it. If I do, take that out, if I do my lines and I come back in and do a wibbly wobbly one around it, you don't actually notice any mistakes from the outlining, and it looks completely fine. So that's what I've done. So that's what, if you were watching just as I was doing that and fast forward and you wondered why I'm going around and then coming back. That way, when like here, I actually went onto the swirl, but it doesn't matter because I can just do the next one and it's all good. Takes the pressure off. And the other thing is, make sure if you're using any sort of Sharpie or any pen, make sure that your glue, your what did I use, soft gel matte medium, make sure it is absolutely completely 100% dry. Otherwise that little tiny tip there, that will all get glued up and then your pen won't work. Even though it's full of lovely luscious ink, it won't come out. So always make sure it's absolutely completely dry. Right, now I think I just need to put this, I reckon, about there, and I don't think, oh, I might actually go around the edge, you know, give the page a border. I think. Right. Okay. Let's just put this down. I just ripped it off the page. Nothing special there. I'm just going to put it here. I just have to press it down that hard because it's got texture medium under there, and this has been collaged there, so I just need to make sure it's all stuck. And what I think I'm going to do, do I want to, yep, I'm going to do it with the ink, and I'm just going to that out of the way. I'm going to come in and give it oops, I'm going to give my page it's like a frame, just give it a bit of a border. I'm not trying to get it really neat. Finishes it off nicely. There we go. Oops, done the disc as well. Oh, went a bit much there. That's all right. Okay, don't think that'll come off, but no, that's okay. It won't come off my desk either. Awesome. Right, okay, I am going to call that one done. And because don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. Alrighty, right, I'm not even splattering that today. I think that looks just fine the way it is. So thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and I can keep on bringing you more crafty goodness. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. You take care. Toodles.